What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So as you can tell by the title, I will be doing a mukbang, and the topic of discussion will be when the police almost took me down. Y'all might call it the Jakes, y'all might call it 12, y'all might call it the hook, y'all might call it 5-0, Popo, whatever y'all call it. They almost took me down, guys. But hopefully you guys are already liking and subscribed to the channel. If not, go ahead and press that subscribe button and get locked in. Guys, so I stopped by Mickey D's. The story behind Mickey D's and me, I haven't ate it in like over 10 years. But as of recently, I started to creep my way back in, and I think it's all because of these right here. Large fry. I had to get a large fry. I think this is what got me. Because previous years, McDonald's didn't do me too well. So I had to kind of lean back on it. So I got cheeseburger. Another cheeseburger. And I got Capri Suns. One wild cherry, the other strawberry kiwi. Can't go wrong with these. The best thing. And I think they should start making these bigger. Or either a bigger pouch, or start making it like how the pops be, the size of the pops and stuff. Start making them like this. Because one ain't just gonna do. Two ain't even gonna do, but we're gonna make it do what it do. So yes, guys, by the title, you can already see I done got myself into some mess. Yes, I did. And we're gonna start off when I first purchased my car. My first car was a silver Dodge Stratus 2001. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing about this car, I'm telling you. It was to the point when I purchased it, I used to go to the car wash every Friday. Like when I got paid, I went and got it clean, detailed, just all of that, having it smelling good and everything, just wheels shining, just, you know, just, this was my first car. So it's like, I gotta treat it like royalty. I gotta treat it like it's golden, you know, so that's what I used to do. And the backstory on how I got it was pretty funny because I saved up all my money and I went to this car dealer shop like around by my house. So I met with the guys looking around, and I seen the car. I seen the Dodge Stratus 2001 silver. I said, I want this, you know. So we get to talking back and forth numbers, and I'm like, you know, go a little lower, but he was firm on his number. I think it was like probably like 3,900, maybe 4,000. I'm like, So randomly, I seen my uncle's friend, like a good friend of the family. He know cars. He work on cars and do all that. Could probably build one if you ask him. So he seen it, and he came and he pretended to be my father and was telling the guy, if she don't come home with a car, her mom gonna be mad at me, so you gotta work with her, whatever she got, you know, just throw her some numbers, like lower the number or whatever. So he ended up selling it to me, I think maybe for like $100 off, $200 off maybe. You know, not much, but it was something. So it was like, great, you know, so that's how I ended up getting that. But I was not really like an experienced driver then. Like I only probably maybe drove like once in my life before I got my first car. And I wasn't really experienced. So it's like, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm gonna teach myself how to drive, you know? So, you know, I got the car or whatever, took it home, and, you know, got all the plates and everything taken care of, all that was taken care of. So I began to like teach myself. I began to like go out maybe at night when traffic wasn't as heavy and like ride around like areas and stuff, and, you know, just practice my turn, the speed of it, just getting the feel of driving. Because really, I only drove it from home and work. Like my home and my work was probably maybe 8 minutes away. So that was really what I was doing until I really got a feel of it, and then expand and going other places a little bit further out. So that's how I got used to driving. So I was dating this guy, and I let him use my car to go to work. And lo and behold, I took a nap, and I woke up to a frantic call telling me he wrecked my car. So of course I was hurt. I'm like, you know what? This relationship is over. I know y'all probably thinking like, dang, go for a car wreck, but leading up to that, there was prior, you know, issues between us that was pretty like kind of red flaggy if you look at it now. So it's like, you know what, you gotta go, bro. So he had to go. So he bought the car back, and it was pretty wrecked. And the dude that I spoke about before that knew cars, my uncle, friend of the family, he actually fixed cars. He, you know, do cars, whatever. So he and his brother ended up coming getting a car and, you know, fixing on it, doing some work on it. You know, I paid him and got the car back. The car worked, but you know, when you bought something the way that it is and it get wrecked, it's kind of tainted. And that's the kind of feel that I was getting from it. Like it's just tainted now. Like, I don't like the way it ride. Like I was just noticing little things. Like it didn't ride how I rode before, and you know, I don't like it. I don't want it. So I end up selling the car to my sister. You know, so she made use of it, which was cool. So you know, it is what it is with that one. But fast forward to getting my new vehicle, which was a 2006 Rendezvous, and the backstory of that was my cousin and I were riding down the same road where I purchased the first car from, and I stopped and seen they got new, you know, cars. It was like a used car place, so you know, I rolled past and I seen the car, and I'm like, you know what, you go back around. You know, I wanna at least see it. I wanna claim it. You know, so I went and I touched it. And I claimed it like, this is mine. Like, you know, when I get my money right, scrape up and save, this is my car. So, lo and behold, I got my money right, went back, stepped on him. I said, I want this. And you know what he told me? He said, you're just in luck because there was a woman looking at this car right before you and she didn't want to spend all her money. So she kind of backed out of it. I said, perfect. Go ahead and write the little what you need to do to get me this car, you know. I think that was like maybe $6,000, but it was beautiful. It was silver, another silver car, but it was silver, tinted, you know, it looked clean, nice and everything. It was all thumbs up, all thumbs up. So, yeah, I was like, I felt proud. It was like a proud moment, you know, when you first get your new car. Actually, it was my second car. But when you first get it, it's like feeling accomplished. So you want to pat yourself on the back. So that's what I ended up getting. After a couple of months, when I purchased the truck, I ended up getting hit, y'all. Somebody hit me. Yes, another accident. So I'm crying to God. Like, dang, I worked so hard. I can't have nothing to myself. Like, dang, why is it always like I work hard, like literally slaving every day, going to work every day, rain, sleet, and snow, not feeling good, I'm there. And it's like, dang, why can't I have something for myself? Like, you know. And that car ended up getting hit. So it was so crazy because I seen a friend right after the accident, because I was able to like drive from the scene. So right after the accident, a friend of mine, he rolled past and he came back around, and I talked to him about the whole situation. So maybe later on that day, he ended up coming to get my truck and he ended up fixing it for me. So it's a good thing to know mechanics and have them in your family, know people that work on cars, because he ended up, you know, fixing it for me. And you know, it was hit. I wouldn't say bad, but it was bad enough, you know. So he ended up fixing the front. The front got hit, was dented in, and I think fluid and stuff was leaking. So he ended up fixing that for me. It took maybe a couple of weeks to do that. So he did it. I paid him. You know, it was all good. But leading up to the popos, how did the popos almost get you, Kyra? I'm glad you asked. So I was on break from work. I worked maybe 7 minutes from where I grew up, which is where my grandmother stayed. I would go often visit her on lunch breaks and stuff to see how she's doing. So it was just a regular day. I was leaving for lunch, heading down to see my grandmother. God rest her soul. She's in heaven right now. But then she wasn't, feeling too well around the time, so I normally go check on her. See her, and it's like with them grandmas, they talk you and talk you, and you don't want to leave because it's like this grandma, she want to keep talking and keep talking and talking, but I told her, I gotta get back to work. I'll come back and check on you when I get off and stuff. So, I said hey to my cousins and headed back to work. I get on the main road, which is called Livernois. So I'm heading up Livernois, and I'm right on the corner of my job, which was Central. And I just hear, so I'm like, oh snap. I'm like, all right. So he stepped out the car. He cautiously creeped up to my car, which kind of creeped me out because it's like, I hope you don't think I, got guns in here and, posed a threat to him. But maybe, he was just being cautious. So he crept up to the car and he kind of like peeked in. And he seen, my face. So it's like, okay, it's a lady. So I'm calm. It just seemed like he just, whew. So he, like, why you speeding? I'm like, you know what, sir? And I be real with the police. I don't be trying to like joke them and do all that stuff and try to joke and just make them feel bad or try to give them a sob story. So I just pretty much told him like I'm running late for work and I gotta be there. I don't want to be late and stuff like that. And he asked like, where do you work? I said right up the corner. He was like, okay. And he was like, let me see your license and registration. So I'm like, sir, I don't have a license. He said, okay, let me see your registration. So I nervously opened up my glove compartment, just looking through. I knew I had them, but at that moment, it's like, I can't, where they at? There's like so much stuff in here. I'm nervously looking, just like, I just told him I can't find them. He said, let me see your ID. So I'm nervously looking for my ID. Gave him my ID, and he went back to his car. So I'm like, oh my God. And crazy enough, y'all, I was more so nervous about being late for work rather than getting tickets or whatever the case may be, taking my car. I'm like, I just can't be late for work. I don't want to be late going back because I had a boss who was super cool. Billy was super cool, and he wouldn't mind. He wouldn't, make a big deal out of it if I was a couple of minutes late. But it's like, he was the type that kind of gave us leeway, and I didn't want to, overstep the leeway. Like I use it every now and again, but I don't want to just constantly just be, doing that. So he came back to me. Police came back to me, gave me my ID. And he ended up writing me 4 tickets. 4 tickets, guys. 1 from no license, 1 from no registration, 1 for no insurance, and 1 for speeding. I was doing maybe 5 miles over, and he gave me tickets for that. But the good thing about it is he didn't take my car. So I was like, wow. This is my first time ever being pulled over by the police. I didn't have a license. I'm sorry. I didn't have none of that stuff at the moment. So it's like, it's my first offense with the police. It's the first time of them pulling me over, and they write me 4 tickets, and they didn't take me to jail. They didn't take my car. I said, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. No, oh, good for you. Thank you, Lord. So I ended up going back to work and explaining to my boss, like, I done got pulled over. I got tickets to prove it. So I began to like say, okay, Lord, if you take this away, if somehow you make this disappear, I will go get my license. I will go get everything done the correct way this time around. And I was just more so thinking like, I gotta save up money to pay 4 tickets. I know I'm thinking thousands of dollars probably. So I'm thinking like, I said thousands of dollars. Thinking I got rent. I got to, you know, maintain a household. You know, I had my own apartment at the time. So it's like, wow, I gotta do all this stuff and still pay these tickets. Like, I don't want, when I do get my license, I don't want like issues and stuff. You know, I'm gonna wipe all that clean. So I began to pray and say, God, if you make this somehow disappear, then I'll do it the right way this time around. And kids, y'all or not, I'm about to show y'all something right. To let y'all know, prayer do work. God is listening. And if you believe, if you have they said the faith of a mustard seed, that's enough for him. So I'm about to show y'all something right. Check this out. Y'all see what that said, right? They wrote me 2 letters saying it was a discrepancy on their part. And all the tickets that they wrote is expunged. Y'all telling me God ain't real? Y'all telling me God don't move? He do. He do. I wasn't even concerned how he was gonna do it. I just wanted him to do it. And he did it. And without me having to pay a red cent. So, I did not only promise him, if he make it go away, what I do, which y'all think I did. I went and got my license. I went and got my license. I went and got my license. Passed. And that was the thing of the past. Telling y'all, God is amazing. He's amazing. And I said I kept those letters just to have some type of receipt on how God moved. But yes, guys, that was my testimony, just to let y'all know that God is real and God moves. And if you believe, whatever it is, he will do it for you. Whatever it is, ain't nothing too hard for him. And by that, I'm saying, pertaining to any situation, but this one mostly, I notice if you do it the right way, the first time, you can save yourself a headache. You can save yourself a headache if you just do it the right way. So I had to go through all that just to know the next time you got opportunity, you better do it the right way. I got a cousin right now going through the same thing. Just got her car out the impound. And people always say, oh, you speak it, you manifest. You got to manifest it. Not only do you have to manifest it, you got to also do the work. You got to do your part too. Because sometimes people be sitting there thinking like, oh, God ain't moving, God ain't doing nothing. But it's like God's doing everything. He's just waiting on you, saying, what you waiting for? What are you doing? You know, that's my testimony, guys. So I hope you ate it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you take this. I hope you share it. I hope you use it as inspiration and strengthening your faith in God, because he did it for me. Why wouldn't he do it for you? It ain't even got to be about this situation. It could be about anything you're praying for. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and leave a big fat like, thumbs up, and share if you will. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.